Hey, delayed well business podcast into my SOS group, and I asked them, what do you struggle? New clients are hiring this, right? This is not news. Find people, that they were posting. These are all the things we know as well. Semantics and a lot of structured sales today with the intent. And welcome everybody who's, for those of you that are logged into my YouTube masterclasses. And of course, those of you that are in my group, I appreciate these podcasts. Hosts, of course, on my day today, every time I come on here. And one of your business is waiting for, not capable of growing unless you scale your business, but you have to be able to the right systems in place. And this is when you know that you have brand. I'm going to talk about a sales topic, and it's going to be the Windows twice, and it's supposed to be sales with. So it's what do we need to do in order to keep the wind in our sales? In other words, our services, the things that we actually create a transit, what I call my SOS, my assumptions, mindset, marketing, education. And each and every week I talk about one of these categories up and do a podcast on the entire thing. What that does is it gives you the opportunity to be able to look at a strategy or a strategic process to be able to create new goals that you're aiming for. How are you going to get 10 things done? You're not going to get 10 things done unless you go through this process with every single one. You're going to have to decide, what is the sales piece to in it? Where's my staff's mindset in it? Who else do I mindset in it? Now I can work on more of the strategy. Do I need to be educated on something? Does my staff need to be educated on something? This is how I'm going to create the sale, and all of that together. So I want to dedicate this show to my sales. So we're in kind of, women's month here and I just want to say thank you to all those women that created wind in my sales today and maintaining the wind in my sales. Thank a lot of these ladies enough, to protect you. And I will do anything to sell enough, but we do it enough to keep the connection going, that any one of you ladies that I may be mentioning you. And if I don't mention you, please know that that you could call me through my own. Okay, because we really do need to gather together. We unity of women together. We really do need to make sure that I just really want to say, I want to appreciate a few things here. So first, she has always been a rock. Looks like a storm's coming through here on my video. Even with the passing of my father a couple of years, I got a message from my father. I've had somebody that passed can understand this and relate to this. But the message was, granted, she's stronger than you think. And although I watched my mother my entire life, she was a working mom inside the home, she was taking care of her husband and her children, the cleaning, all of that stuff. But it felt like a good wife, mother, and housekeeper at the time. I didn't wrong stoic, character and identity after him in some respect, but we all do. I can see it in my sisters. I think there was this impression that maybe how to survive or take care of herself and rock solid. So I would like to do a big shout out to my sisters. They are and we have shared a lot of, my former some odd years of my life. She really thing for her. Same with my ex business partner. We had together, even though we grew apart. And to my virtual assistant, it's Maria, Danielle, Karen, Elaine, Amy, Ginger, Bridget, Candace, Angela, Rowena, Gloria, Jeanette, Sharon, Bernard, amazing. I also want to do a special shout that are making everybody look and feel beautiful every day. So, Omi, Ari, Suzanne, Elizabeth, Michelle, Maggie, Deanne, Christy, Lee, Jayla, Catherine, Cherry. Hopefully I did not, Puppet, and I didn't miss anybody else in there. So I really admire a lot of women, and I look for strong leadership in women. I've had some amazing coaches in my life, Jen and Janelle, and working with Tammy right now. I mean, I really appreciate the people that have provided me the coaching, Marilyn, and so many more. I mean, I really appreciate their support in helping me to be better for the people that are in my life. So thank you, ladies. Appreciate you, honor you, protect you, and I celebrate. Again, this was a sales presentation. And love each and every one of you, to all that I mentioned, and to those that I somehow have. I love you and I respect you. All right, now we're switching. There seems to be this dichotomy that women don't want to be seen as salesy type of thing. And so we kind of take on this soft, nurturing, caring approach. But then what happens is that we exert a lot of energy in order to create the end result that we're looking for. We try to be heroes and cheerleaders to a lot of people. And when we play those particular roles, it prevents us from being able to get clean yeses and clean nos
from people. And we end up in this world of maybe, okay? And then what happens is that women are perceived as a little indecisive and they don't make decisions very fast. And then you've got the very archaic approach of we are the gatherers and men are the gatherers. One of the interesting title of a book that I read one time was, men are like waffles and women are like spaghetti. Men compartmentalize things. Women, it all is very interconnected. And, there is some truth to that from an emotional intelligence standpoint. There is some truth to that. They do say that there are some varying differences between a man's brain and a woman's brain, but for the most part, we are the same, but not so much the same that we, can do all the things exactly the same, So I want to be able to share with you guys kind of some information around sales, because I want you to feel empowered and strong and confident when you're in a sales position. And anytime we are selling a service, selling a retail, upgrading a service, trying to find new staff, trying to find new clients, advertising, promoting, any of these arenas that I've already talked about, we are in a sales mode. And sometimes we just have to get down to being direct and not going through a ton of gray area or too much nurturing. Okay. Vulnerability is good. It's what makes us super connected. Our ability to make those type of connections certainly helps us, but I think we take the long road, and I'm trying to shorten this path because we don't really have time to mess around anymore. The economy is not good. We may be coming off of COVID, but who knows what's coming around the corner, because, there's a lot of mistrust in society today, and we have to prepare, arm, and protect ourselves from what could be coming down the pipeline and what may impact our business, what may alter our ability to make sales. So there's really only two ways to increase your sales. All right. And you're going to sell more to those you already have, and you're going to find new people to make sales to. Okay. Now, some people might say, two ways to increase sales would be to reduce expenses, but that's when you're looking at more of a profit version of it. So I'm just talking about sales today. Two ways: sell more to those you already have and find new. Now, I separated this chart into two areas because these were the two biggest concerns that you guys shared with me in the group of what you're struggling with: finding new staff and finding new clients. Now, this list, if you see me and you're on video with me, you'll see that the list is exactly the same in how we sell to find new staff and how we sell to find new customers. All right. And the find new is exactly the same as well. So this strategy, this philosophy that I use as a selling technique, this way that I approach selling as a campaign, it is exactly the same process, whether you're trying to find someone to hire, or you're trying to find a new client. All right. You're changing the verbiage a little bit. You're changing the copy and the content a little bit, but the strategy is the same. So let's look at that. So if you wanted to increase your sales in regards to staff, you could increase prices. You could increase hours. You could increase days. You could double book. You could sell more upgrades. You could sell more retail. You could hire an assistant to those staff that might be able to have the opportunity to be more productive or go back to double booking. You could hire more staff to be able to support this, to be able to do more transactions, to do more services. And of course, you could always create a referral or an incentive program with your staff in order for them to help you find more people. Okay, so sell more to the people you already have. In other words, by increasing prices, you're creating a sell more mindset. By increasing hours, it's a sell more. Increasing days, sell more. Double booking, upgrades, retail, hire assistant, hire more, referral incentive. All right. So now we're going to go over to the other column. The other column is to be able to find new customers. If you wanted to increase your sales with customers, you can increase your prices. You can increase your hours. In other words, have more opportunities for them to be able to. There are a lot of variables because remember, we're in the sales category right now. These are all variables. These are all opportunities to review. Doesn't mean that they're all good ideas for you, because the next part of the SOM strategy is operations. So you'd have to look at like increase hours or increase days. Let's say that you're not typically open on Monday, but Now you could be open on Monday, and it would provide more opportunities for clients to be able to come in if you had that opportunity, if it was operationally sound to do so. If you wanted to get more customers in, you could start double booking your staff. If you wanted to get more customers in, you could hire an assistant to be able to make your staff more efficient with what they're doing when they're not working on clients. You could sell more upgrades to your clients, so they're spending more money with you. You could sell retail to your clients, so they're spending more money with you. You could advertise for more clients, and you could also do a referral or an incentive program for clients to help you find more clients. Now, did you guys see that those two columns were exactly the same, whether you're trying to find staff or whether you're trying to find customers, all right? So what we're not doing right now is we're not putting the right strategy together. 10 things on her to-do list, and she was very frustrated because she can't get any of them done. And when she delegates certain pieces and parts or fully to someone else, they don't do it in a way that it is complete or that it is working or effective, okay? And my question to her was, why do you have 10 things on your list? There's no way. We're not that good anymore, especially as salon owners. You do not have the bandwidth. You do not have the time, you do not have the energy, and you do not have the resources to be able to do that. And sometimes delegating certain things doesn't make sense. So I said, you got to go back and prioritize that list. Find 3 things that you really want to accomplish. And we're going to break it down in a strategy that's going to have you stay focused, on target, and on point to be able to get those things sailing in the right direction, okay? If there's no wind in 10 things, then you're not going to go very far. If you can get 3 things and you can somehow create that flow, that wind, you know what you're doing, you got the strategy in place, it's all good, then you're going to make some progress and get to the destination that you're aiming for, all right? Now, even though I shared with you guys those 2 things that were exactly the same, how to find new staff, how to find new customers type of thing, I am doing a program this month and through April and May, and it's just going to be focused on hiring because I feel like that is the one that we keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, which are not good results. All right. We keep doing the same things of maybe how we did it 10 years ago. We keep writing the same copy that doesn't work today. We keep putting it in the same format that doesn't speak to who you should be hiring. So I'm going to go through the 10 secrets to salon hiring success in a free masterclass. And I'm calling it a masterclass instead of a webinar because I want it to feel like it is a class that you can join me in. So it's set up as a Zoom meeting. So you'll be in it. You'll be able to communicate with me. We'll be able to dialogue. You'll be able to interact with me, not a webinar where I'm just delivering content and then you're supposed to kind of like take the good advice and implement it out there. I need it to be a dialogue in order for you guys to understand it. But I'm going to go through the 10 secrets. And then some of them, of course, are going to jump out at you as I need more information. I need more help. I need more, I need more training around this. I need more ideas around this, that type of thing. So it's March 21st from 12 to 1:30. It's going to be a 90-minute session. So that gives us time for me to deliver some content, but it also gives us time to be able to open up the microphones and dialogue a little bit more about some things that are going on here. So you can register at saveoursalons.com. Register, saveoursalons.com. Again, it's March 21st at noon Eastern time. Okay. Now, this is going to give us the opportunity to be able to talk about hiring. And we're going to go through the strategy that I'm sharing with you, this campaign strategy to be able to do this, and these 10 secrets that are going to impact your business. We need to be in recruitment mode, 50% to 100% right now. Some of you desperately need it to be at 100%, but some of you might be at 50% of your time, energy, resources, and money needs to be invested into recruitment right now. And then I'm going to say that recruitment also has to be tied to development. Okay. Recruitment has to be tied to development as well. Now, thank you for those of you that are in my group and sharing with me information and taking part in my polls. If you guys are interested in being in my group, you can find it here, SOS Small Biz Success, and then it's followed by my name, Bonnie Bonadeo. I welcome you to the group and we'll continue to keep doing more. But do register for this webinar because this masterclass, because I am going to, it's not going to be live in the group since it's going to be a 90-minute session. It's going to be too much for the group. But we will look at other educational programs as we come down the line within the group, but join the masterclass, bring your questions to the masterclass, bring your managers to the masterclass. So if you are a salon and you have a manager and this is an area of opportunity for you, the hiring and recruitment area, bring your managers too. We need to do in order to grow this because we're in a supply and demand, and we've got to I know they're out there waiting for you. And the truth is you guys are actually assertively trying to find people, but you need to look at it from a point of view of that they need to find you. So what do you need to get set up into place in order for them to find you? Okay, enough of that for today. I hope you will join me next week, as always, for our SOS Small Business Success podcast. I hope you'll join me on March 21st for our masterclass, 10 Secrets to Salon Hiring.